The stage is set once again for the biggest Pokemon TCG Pocket tournament ever. I was saying that last time that I said it was the biggest tournament ever, and that's because we have now exceeded that with Ursiiday once again on the Pocket Weekly. This is Pocket Weekly number 3. From the player's perspective, you're going to see Hanamon down on the bottom half, and then on the top half, you're going to see Daynonx. It could be Daynonx. I just heard Ursiiday saying Daynonx up top. So anyway, you guys, what I'm sure you're noticing is Mewtwo on Mewtwo, but this is not as common. On the top half with Daynonx, we are seeing that basic Mewtwo, so we're not seeing the Mewtwo EX, right? And so they do actually have it in their deck, as is evidenced right here by you see that is now entering the bench already. And so both of these players, though, otherwise, without that kind of minute difference, they have a very similar layout right now. So the decks are set up with the Mewtwo EX double timing it, and then 2/2/2 with Ralts, Kirlia, and Gardevoir. And so beyond that, we'll have to see what else gets played, but you will see that I've edited in both of the players. Their deck list is going to be on the right side, and then we'll have highlight cards on the left, just so that you can see them, for one, in English, because I know if I'm speaking English right here, what you're seeing on screen is, I believe these are in Portuguese, so I think that was the language right there. And so both of these players from Brazil. I guess that's why I was saying it was Portuguese, but anyway, the highlight card being on the left will also just show you it just bigger in general. For people who are new, I find that might help, just in case you're like, wait, I can't squint and see actually what those cards say when they're little on the play mats. But anyway, I guess the only other thing to say is just that I rely on the gumption of other streamers to kind of be streaming these tourneys and whatnot, so please be sure to leave your VODs public if you do stream and you get up in the top. Usually I look for like the top 8, top 6, and go from there if I can. But anyway, what we're now seeing is those beautiful interactive Mewtwo EX cards. They are going to be battling it out right here, Psychic Sphere on both of them essentially until they can get enough for that side drive. But even then, as you can see how the mathematics would play out, if they were just going 50 damage, 50 damage, 50 damage, it would just take those 3 times to actually eliminate one of the Mewtwo EXs. Most people will not let it faint in that case, so, you know, that's a little bit neither here nor there maybe, but the point being just that right now with the 2 energy, that's essentially what kind of damage is going to be done, right? Because there's already 50 on Daynonx's side, and so if they do get to attack another 2 times, they wouldn't be using the energy for side drive on the last one. And so right here, we're going to see 3 energy down for this Mewtwo EX, and once again, another Psychic Sphere. But yeah, I mean, essentially they are now kind of like racing. Daynonx is looking for that Gardevoir on the next turn maybe, because there is Kirlia down there on the bench, and yep, there it is. So that is going to be the concession right here. Brutal. So Daynonx going to take game 1 right now. And so Ursiiday streaming this did cut out the camera right there. I will try to get this back to you as quick as possible for game 2. You have to wonder in that last match, you know, did baby Mewtwo really help right there? That basic Mewtwo, did it really help Daynonx? It didn't quite matter because the Gardevoir was there. Everything was stacked, kind of ready to go, because obviously while they were down 1 energy in comparison on the Mewtwo EX versus Mewtwo EX game, you saw that with that Gardevoir, they would have just been able to use the ability Psy Shadow, and then of course given another energy to that Mewtwo, it would have been ahead at that point for Daynonx. So there really was kind of no way out right there, and it was just too slow on Hanamon's side, not getting that Gardevoir themselves. And so right here you're going to see Ralts actually going up against this Mewtwo EX interactive on Hanamon's side, so a little bit slower this time for Daynonx, unless, there it is, I was gonna say, unless they can get that Mewtwo EX pretty quickly here. And so that is what you're seeing. And so now we got Professor's research being drawn on Hanamon's side. Obviously gonna go through with it if they don't have like a Pokeball or something. The way that Ursiiday has set up the stream layout is that we can't see the hand. I would say for either, normally you can't see the top half hand, but we don't even see them face down. But yeah, for Hanamon, we cannot see which cards are in the hand, and that's usually good. That's going to be probably like an official broadcast would be, I would imagine, when the Pokemon company kind of does this. And if they are looking, this is my audition. Although I've just come off of a migraine, you guys, I haven't been in the best shape right now. I'm just trying to get these out to you sooner rather than later. You know, I could have waited till I was more healed, but no, I was like, hey, when we've got the biggest tourney ever, this tournament was over 1,360 players, so think it was like 1366 was the exact amount, maybe something like that. But anyway, Kirlia now gonna be the evolution there in that active spot. Still 1 retreat cost, so that is good. You know, it's very good to just evolve it right now. Wait for that Gardevoir, right? You know, and be ready. So anyway, we're gonna see Kirlia now also for Hanamon's side. So it looks like it's going Hanamon's way, I'd say. Hannah Montana, do we say it? Okay, let's not. But yeah, Sabrina's going on down right here. So it looks like obviously Mewtwo EX gonna get sent out for Daynonx side, and that's gonna be our first damage on the board with this Psychic Sphere. And that's from, of course, Hanamon with that Mewtwo EX interactive. I love that card so much, you guys. And so now we'll just kind of, there's a little bit of question like, hey, of course, you know, Daynonx is gonna want that Gardevoir as soon as possible, but, you know, presumably they don't have it. If they've just kind of been waiting this long, there is going to be another Ralts entering on the bench right now, and so in this skirmish, it looks like another Sabrina going to get played, this time from Daynonx side. We're almost seeing like a delayed mirror of moves being played right here, and so this will mean, of course, that Mewtwo EX for Daynonx will be able to Psychic Sphere and do that 50, hit Kirlia right here to leave it at 30, and then there's a Ralts. I'm telling you, this is straight up like mirror matchup, just on a delay, right? A delay of a turn or two, but yeah, they do have the red card. They did get the Pokeball drawn, so that's going to be nice. Draw that Pokeball here for another Mewtwo EX, and so Hanamon now set up with a little bit of extra beef on the bench right there, and so you could put the Ralts down. You know, there's not really any point into leaving it, especially for Hanamon's deck, because Hanamon, that really is all of the Pokemon that they have. They're just waiting now for the Gardevoir. There's 2 Gardevoir still left in that deck, and so presumably you retreat the Kirlia right here. That could be the move. I don't like to guess too much, but you know, you just gotta think, what else are they gonna do, right? So you do have that Mewtwo EX, and it could do the Psychic Sphere, and of course the Mewtwo EX that's in play already does have 100 on the HP. So here's an interesting kind of turn of events. There it is. I was just thinking, man, does Hanamon have that Gardevoir? And we thought it was a no because we can't see the hand, but there it is, man. That is very nice. So they will be able to put down energy a little bit extra. And why not attack with that Ram right here as Ralts? And so Ralts still, unless there's a Giovanni in play, will be able to live through another Psychic Sphere. And of course, if we don't see a Gardevoir from Daynonx side, then that'll be just a little bit further behind, because now you got Ralts, you got 2 Mewtwo EX right there for Hanamon. So it's kind of looking good for the future of this game too. We'll just have to see how it plays out though. I mean, obviously it's all about, at this point, there's no coin flips that are going to determine this. It's going to be all just how fast can these players just kind of get the hand that they need and the Pokemon that they need on the bench or otherwise. And so there you go. You're going to see Daynonx will retreat and then potion up for that Mewtwo EX. Sending in Kirlia with 1 retreat cost. Again, that's nice. You can take it out with just the 1 energy, or if you have an X speed, just go ahead and take that out, and so they will Pokeball. I don't think that anything's going to come up, so yeah, you just kind of use that card and it shuffles your deck then. And so here we go. It's going to be the Mewtwo EX. No energy on it currently. Remember, of course, they got this ability from Gardevoir, so they can Psy Shadow, get 1 energy there, and then naturally just for the turn order, place 1 energy on that Mewtwo EX. And so yeah, that's going to be a Psychic Sphere right here for Mewtwo EX on Hanamon's side. And so yeah, we're just going to be Psychic Sphere it up. Did my S just whistle? I always wish I could do that on command like the mole in Winnie the Pooh, you know. Hey there, Sonny. But I can't. Anyway, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm killing time, right? So right now, of course, the game would be Kirlia's probably got to get out of here unless they want to forego 1 prize point. Not usually likely here in a tourney like this. It's just we're waiting for that Gardevoir still, you know. Daynonx, they've got to be pretty far down on these decks, both players. And so that's the thing. Without that Guardy, we're not going to have the kind of energy generation that Hanamon currently has to keep stacking up in advance before Daynonx would actually get theirs. So let's wait and see what the choice is going to be. I mean, again, You either take Kirlia out of here or you go ahead and sacrifice, take the hit, take the L of the prize pack, but yep, it looks like they will go ahead and make that next turn go over to Hanamon now. Remember, they've got the Gardevoir, so it looks like they are going to go ahead with that ability. Psy Shadow it on up, get another energy right here to Mewtwo EX, put another energy there on that Mewtwo EX on the bench, and this is good. You set up either Mewtwo EX basically for the Oko. So the Oko Ono, it's just one hit KO, OHKO. Add the Ono if you want, if you just want to say that the Oko is going to break up the band right here. And so, looks like Mewtwo EX is the play right here for Daynonx that has the energy already on it, of course. And without that Gardevoir, that is really the play, right? There we go. Finally, Daynonx gonna get their own Gardevoir right there on the bench. And so, this Mewtwo got the full energy. Gonna be able to side drive right now. There is a red card played. Looked like there was a potion in the mix and things like that. That is actually going to give Hanamon another Gardevoir right here if they need it, because we saw on the screen before the cards got hidden, it was Kirlia Gardevoir thrown in there. But that will be a side drive to take out Hanamon's first Mewtwo EX, and that's 2 prize points over there for Daynonx because all EX cards worth 2. And so there's that final energy, and yes, Hanamon knew it right here. That's the last energy that you needed. Boom! To do that side drive. So this is going to serve us a game 3 here on a silver platter, as Hanamon will take those 2 prize points and win the game. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, definitely not as fast as that first round, because it was all about the Gardevoir and how soon did they come out, because both players did have Mewtwo EX within good time, and they both did some damage. And so as we bring on game 3 here for you, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to put your predictions in the comments if you want to. I don't know if people like to comment before they've watched the whole video. Sometimes people do, but hey, who did you think was gonna win? And please, of course, if you like stuff like this, I would really love it if you subscribed, you guys. We do, of course, have these kind of spectator commentaries at least once or twice a week, sometimes more if I can. It's just I also work on a Hit Ones series, so it's like Hot Ones, but with Pokemon cards using this game. And so, my friends, it looks like now the game is underway with a Ralts there on the bench for Daynonx. And of course, Mewtwo EX Interactives right here going at each other in the active spots on both sides. And so right now, we'll see what else. Okay, it's going to be the regular Mewtwo right there. Some people in the chat, I know, were calling it Baby Mewtwo, but yeah, basic, regular old Mewtwo there for the bench as well, if that is needed to tank some hits or anything, maybe stall, delay, whatever you got for us. And so the Pokeball goes down, and that's going to be double Ralts for the double Pokeball, I believe. So let's see, a professor's research is also going to be drawn right here. So yeah, there it is. You're looking for that Kirlia. You're looking for, of course, Gardevoir in the future. Got to get to Kirlia first, ladies and gentlemen, but there's going to be an energy down. Of course, being able to go second for Hanamon does allow that energy to start before Daynonx can. And so we'll just now have to see, now that Ralts is on both positions, both benches, we will see now how quickly will Daynonx get the Gardevoir or Hanamon. We did see, of course, there was a Kirlia in hand. If you were wondering the trainer difference, we didn't call out to it, but like I said, you do get to see, of course, the deck list and the cards for both of these players, as I've put that in here for you. But maybe worth noting, just in case, kind of the difference with the trainers being that there was the addition of that Mewtwo basic card on Daynonx side, is that they only have 1 Sabrina, whereas Hanamon has 2 on the Sabrina. And so that's the kind of disruption, I guess, that little basic Mewtwo will make. We know, though, when we look at that baby Mewtwo and stuff, it's the curve, it just can't do as efficiently. And so right now, there we go, it's an X speed drawn right here, just in case they need to bring this Mewtwo back out from Hanamon's side. Presumably, you would want to have the other Mewtwo EX ready and waiting for that. And so, step to Gardevoir because Kirlia is on the bench right here. And now it looks like that 50 damage done. First damage of game 3. This is for all of the Psychic Marbles, you guys, because whoever wins this match is going to win the whole tournament. Ursiiday's Pocket Weekly. This is an amazing tournament because it's one of the biggest prize pools, too, that I've seen. Now, I haven't seen every single tournament ever to be in existence, instance, but I'm just saying, especially for one that is regularly here every week, it's pretty nice. And that is, I know it has a sponsor too. So again, set up very nicely. This is a tournament that I encourage everybody to sign up for on limitlesstcg.com if you can. But here we go. It looks like basic baby Mewtwo there going to be in the active spot again. This could be good for just kind of delaying. You obviously, like Mewtwo EX, your Mewtwo will fall if there's a side drive played for that 4 energy subtract 2. But of course, it's a Mewtwo, not Mewtwo EX. And so with that, that means that the opponent would only take 1 prize point. But here we go. It's going to be a Sabrina right now. And you know, the retreat cost of 2 isn't too bad, of course, on that basic baby. But ladies and gentlemen, I mean, the retreat cost will be 0 right now because Sabrina's going to be the one. So yeah, they are actually going to throw out Ralts in that case because they are not looking to lose the Mewtwo EX on Daynonx side right now. That's kind of the ace in the hole, right? Is you're going to want your Mewtwo to have as much energy as possible, be able to Oko Ono on another one, and that's kind of how you're going to get the victory here when it's this mirror matchup. So there it is, the Psychic Sphere going down on Ralts. 10 HP left. 1 retreat cost means that it will be easy to take back right here, but we got double Kirlia on Hanamon's side. So with the game count of 1-1, I think the pressure really is on for both of these players, but I'm just noticing that Hanamon really does, like, there's no damage on any of Hanamon's Pokemon, but also just kind of where the energy is, where the evolutions are right now, and all things considered, Hanamon looking in a very good position, I'd say, for this game 3. This is where you'd want to be if you could choose either of these players, right? Don't count Daynonx out. It's just going to depend, you know, what is actually going to happen with draw. But no, they aren't going to draw Kirlia or anything. They aren't going to have kind of a, presumably, we don't know if there's a Ralts, you know, maybe lying in wait for when this one faints. Now, the problem will be, of course, when this one faints right here with that Psychic Sphere. 50 damage to take over that 10. Boom, that is going to be just 1 prize point, but notice, of course, if a Mewtwo EX goes down from Daynonx, then that is going to be the game. So that's going to be worth 2 prize points. So that's why they send in this regular old Mewtwo, non-EX. So we'll see if they do place down the Ralts. Yes, there it is. And so is there going to be Kirlia and Gardevoir in enough time, you know? You don't just get to evolve 3 stages like that right away. And so here we go. It's going to be the Gardevoir drawn from Hanamon. It was, you know, this was coming. This was definitely inevitable, just like Thanos. And so we will see, will they opt to side drive or will they opt to put that extra energy on the other Mewtwo? But here it goes. It looks like they could take out this regular Mewtwo if they want, but there it was, the concession, and that means that our champion of Ursiiday Pocket Weekly number 3 is going to be Hanamon, reigning from Brazil, both these players, but Hanamon from Brazil gonna take the tournament trophy here for first place. Wonderful job. If you guys were curious to see like maybe the top 12 or so in the standings, these are the kinds of decks that they were dealing with, but mostly that Mewtwo EX and Gardevoir. So again, I love everybody out there. I appreciate you so much. Click an end screen on screen. See another one. And thanks for viewing.